Recent reports from Phoenix Suns beat reporters indicate that Kevin Durant has told trusted individuals he believes he will ultimately join the San Antonio Spurs. This comes after the Suns officially announced the hiring of Jordan Ott as their new head coach, with previous reports suggesting the team's next step is to trade Durant. Sources indicate the Suns have opened a trade hotline for teams to submit offers for Durant, and multiple teams are expected to pursue KD, including the Spurs, Rockets, Timberwolves, Hawks, and Knicks. Previously, a reporter stated that Durant's camp was considering the Spurs as a highly probable destination. The Spurs have the ability to package quality young prospects and draft assets. Notably, just 2 days ago, NBA reporter Jake Weinbach also reported that Durant's camp views the San Antonio Spurs as a top-choice destination. And now, reporter Gombadoro states that people close to Durant have revealed Durant mentioned the Spurs when discussing his next destination. Gombadoro did not disclose the specific source, but emphasized it was someone Durant knows and trusts. Since the trade deadline, there have been reports of mutual interest between Durant and the Spurs. Weinbach also suggested that the Spurs' potential trade offer for Durant could include Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and this year's 14th overall pick. Weinbach's report quickly sparked discussion among fans. Some Suns fans felt the offer was insufficient and hoped the Spurs would add more assets, while others questioned whether the Suns would be swayed by the Spurs' offer, as previous reports indicated the Suns primarily sought a center in return. Gombadoro's latest report at least further confirms Durant's strong interest in the Spurs. If he were to join the Spurs, he would team up with Victor Wembanyama, transforming the team into a Western Conference powerhouse. The Spurs have been very active in recent trade rumors, also being linked to stars like Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jaylen Brown. In fact, the Spurs lead the odds for Jaylen Brown's next destination. All signs indicate that the Spurs are likely to make big moves this off-season. Even if they don't get Durant, they could still bring in a star to make the Spurs a more formidable contender next season. Renowned NBA insider Shams Charania also recently discussed Durant, stating that discussions about a potential trade for Durant from Phoenix will intensify in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Reportedly, the Suns will work with Durant and his business partner, Rich Kleiman, to facilitate a trade. His trade market is expected to be active, with potentially 4 to 6 teams interested before the NBA draft. Substantive negotiations regarding a Durant trade are expected to unfold between now and the draft later this month. This season, both the Spurs and Suns missed the playoffs. The Spurs finished 13th in the Western Conference with a 30-48 record. Wembanyama's shoulder blood clot issue has been resolved, and he will return healthy next season. If Wembanyama teams up with Durant next season, their goal will naturally be to contend for a championship. In the 2020-25 season, the 36-year-old Durant played 60 regular season games for the Suns, averaging 26.6 points, 6.0 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 0.8 steals, and 1.2 blocks. His salary next season will be $53.28 million. Reportedly, the Suns' asking price for Durant is 3 first-round picks. If he is ultimately traded, Durant could sign a 2-year, $110 million extension with his new team. Additionally, according to NBA reporter Jerry Wolf, the New York Knicks are preparing a tsunami-level offer to acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks. The Knicks have also reportedly requested permission from the Dallas Mavericks to speak with head coach Jason Kidd about their vacant head coaching position. Kidd coached Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee from 2014 to 2018. Further fueling speculation, Antetokounmpo recently spoke about his love for playing at Madison Square Garden. "I love playing in New York," Antetokounmpo said on a podcast. "I think it brings out the best in me. I also love playing for the Greek team, representing my country." According to New York reporter Ian Begley, despite the Knicks not appearing to be an obvious trade partner for the Bucks after acquiring Karl-Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges and re-signing OG Anunoby, league sources say it would be a mistake to discount them. ESPN's Shams Charania also reported that the Knicks are looking for a monumental player. Antetokounmpo's contract does not include a no-trade clause. This year, he and the Bucks suffered their 3rd consecutive first-round exit. Pundit Bill Simmons previously proposed a 3-team trade scenario involving the Knicks, Bucks, and Spurs. Knicks get Giannis Antetokounmpo, Pat Connaughton, Kyle Kuzma. Bucks get Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Vassell, Spurs 2026 first-round pick, Spurs 2028 first-round pick. Spurs get Mikal Bridges. Furthermore, according to NBA reporter Chris Davis, Antetokounmpo's latest list of potential destinations includes the Raptors, Knicks, Heat, and Spurs. He reportedly will not re-sign with other teams, aiming to become a free agent in 2027. In the 2020-25 season, Antetokounmpo played 67 regular season games for the Bucks, averaging 30.4 points, 11.9 rebounds, and 6.5 assists. He played 5 playoff games, averaging 33 points, 15.4 rebounds, and 6.6 assists. The Bucks were eliminated by the Pacers 1-4 in the first round. The Cleveland Cavaliers also made news today, with reports indicating their interest in changing their core lineup. According to US media outlet HoopsWire, Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley are currently the only untouchable players for the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers' total salary for the 2025-26 season is projected to reach $119 million, exceeding the second luxury tax apron. Ty Jerome and Sam Merrill will become unrestricted free agents, while Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen have been involved in trade rumors. The Cavaliers are currently listening to offers for them. This offseason is expected to be full of rumors for Cavaliers fans. US media also discussed the reasons for the Cavaliers potentially trading Garland, stating that NBA insiders believe the Cavaliers cannot win a championship with both Mitchell and Garland due to their small stature. Garland is indeed a good point guard, averaging 20.6 points, 2.9 rebounds, 6.7 assists, and 1.2 steals this season, with a 47% field goal percentage and 40.1% three-point percentage, hitting 2.8 threes per game. This performance was achieved while sacrificing stats for the team. If Garland had enough touches, he could easily average 23 plus 8. However, he is a similar type of player to Trae Young, an excellent primary ball handler who creates offensive opportunities, but whose defense is a nightmare for the team. In recent seasons, he has consistently been the key for opponents to break through the Cavaliers' defense. His lack of physical strength and height, only 1.85 meters, means that he and Mitchell, both under 1.9 meters, are destined to be a weakness in the playoffs. While it's the small ball era now, physicality is still needed in the playoffs. If the Cavaliers can trade Garland for a suitable backcourt stopper, the Cavaliers would clearly be stronger. Their twin towers in the paint also have conflicting playstyles. Thus, like the Mitchell-Garland duo, they fail to achieve a 1+1 greater than 2 inches effect. Arguably, it's even less than 2. Therefore, they are also looking to trade Allen. It is estimated that Allen could fetch suitable assets. In reality, this team already has a good system. Even if they trade to stars, if they can acquire suitable complementary pieces and let Isaac Okoro serve as the team's third option, they could be very competitive. Finally, Golden State Warriors beat reporter Monty Poole recently discussed Jonathan Kuminga's situation on a podcast. Recent rumors and internal sources suggest that the Warriors may ultimately keep Kuminga, but this doesn't mean he will be a long-term priority for the Warriors. The Warriors may make further changes later. Monty Poole stated that Kuminga will become a restricted free agent this summer. After the Warriors extend a qualifying offer, other teams can make offers, and the Warriors will have matching rights. However, Warriors beat reporter Anthony Slater previously reported that there is a base year compensation rule in the collective bargaining agreement. Under this rule, if Kuminga signs a new contract this summer and the Warriors then include him in a trade, only half of Kuminga's new contract salary can be counted for matching purposes. This limits the Warriors' flexibility in signing and trading Kuminga. However, after the protection period for new contracts ends in December, the Warriors can trade Kuminga at his full salary for matching purposes. Monty Poole mentioned that this might be when the Warriors make changes. According to veteran NBA insider Jake Fisher, despite the 22-year-old forward's impressive performance in both the regular season and playoffs this season, the current free agent market for him is surprisingly quiet. In the short term, remaining with the Warriors may be the most realistic option. In the latest NBA Rumors and Inside Notes podcast, Fisher stated that, as of now, Kuminga's free agency market has not shown much activity, and intense competition has not emerged. While it's too early to draw conclusions, based on the current situation, a scenario where the Warriors and Kuminga need each other is forming. A short-term contract might be the most reasonable solution, both guaranteeing his salary and allowing the Warriors to retain future operational flexibility. This statement comes against the backdrop of roster adjustment discussions triggered by the Warriors' second-round playoff exit to the Timberwolves in 2025. In particular, after acquiring Jimmy Butler mid-season, Kuminga's role on the team became a central topic of discussion for management. From a practical perspective, the new market feedback and the team's salary structure are pushing both sides towards a short-term extension. This arrangement allows the Warriors to continue evaluating his long-term fit while providing Kuminga with a stable platform to showcase his abilities. In the regular season this past year, Kuminga played 47 games for the Warriors, averaging 15.3 points for 0.6 rebounds and 2.2 assists, with a 45.4% field goal percentage. In the playoffs, especially against the Timberwolves, his performance further improved, averaging 20.8 points with a 54.3% field goal percentage and 42.1% three-point percentage. His impact on both offense and defense significantly increased. However, there are still some doubts about his game consistency, tactical fit with the current roster, and growth ceiling within the Warriors' championship window. Fisher also mentioned potential trade ideas within the league, suggesting that the Brooklyn Nets might view Kuminga as an appreciating asset rather than a core player. For the Nets, if they can sign Kuminga at a reasonable salary, it could meet his contract expectations while also using him as leverage for future superstar trades, similar to the Kevin Durant trade model. This speculative analysis reflects the general perception of Kuminga among league teams, a talented player with potential, but not yet at the untouchable core level. Currently, despite the theoretical possibility of a sign-and trade, given the market interest and salary restrictions, Kuminga's short-term stay in Golden State has become the more feasible option. This potential short-term contract not only offers the player an opportunity to prove himself for a long-term contract, but also allows the Warriors to maintain a balance between youth and combat effectiveness, preserving flexibility for future roster restructuring.